Mental Fox here with more Baldur's Gate 3. Thanks for joining me again. Let's just show you guys, like, there's smoke here. Right? Is this on, it's like something smoldering here, maybe? I guess that's what's happening. Oh yeah, you can listen to it. Yeah, I guess it's, I don't see any embers, but something smoldering there. Well, so we're outside of this goblin camp. If we look at the map, we'll see we're over here, and the goblin camp is over here. Looks pretty far away, but it's really not. We just cross this bridge, and then we'll be over there. Now, I've been hesitant to come over here because I was thinking it was going to turn into a full-out war, defeat the goblins. But, I mean, we could talk to them first. Maybe we could get what we need just by talking to them. You know, what could possibly go wrong by talking to the goblins? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here. We're going to pay a visit to the goblin camp. Whew. And, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be trouble from the start. Okay, they're over here having a little fight. Our journal got updated here. Defeat the goblins. Search for the leaders. We've arrived in the goblin camp. Now to find the 3 leaders. We know there's 3 leaders because we found a drawing. There were 3 figures in the drawing we found. The goblins must have more than 1 leader. It was like a child's drawing we found. So let's walk up here and see if we can find out who the leader is. Oh, they did a save. Let's turn this on.
Goblins ahead.
Oh, intelligence failed.
Stop us here. Unless you got another reason to be here. Fexite.
Excuse me?
Let's try to be diplomatic, shall we? Goblins don't come by the handfuls, but by the dozens.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you.
Oh, man.
Authority.
Well, that is certainly an option, isn't it? We could use our illithid to basically tell this guy to do whatever we want him to do. However, as we saw before, who was it who felt power when, I guess maybe it was Shadowheart? She used her illithid to tell somebody to stand down, and afterwards she kind of got a rush from it. So I'm worried it's something that's going to become like addictive or some other way detrimental. So I hesitate to use it, but if I have to, I have to. We could just simply come right out and say I'm looking for someone named Halsin. We could try to use our illithid and say stand aside. We could try to intimidate him. We could say I'm a hired sword. Employers inside. Stand aside now. Interesting. We could try to use our nature and say, glossy coat on that animal. Does she belong to the Nordaland Wargata family? Wow, there's a lot we could do here. We could try to use deception, which is kind of what my character is built for, deception and persuasion. We could tell him, hey, your leader summoned me. Or we could try to detect his thoughts and read his mind. Do I need to read his mind? It couldn't hurt. I mean, it could happen. Do I want to add this bonus here? Sure, why not? Guidance is guidance. Why not add it? And we rolled a 6, and it's going to be close. No, we got it. Even if we rolled a 1, which we did. Okay, we're in. Let's see what this guy's thinking about.
This better not be Minthara's messenger. If the boss finds out I gave him a hard time, that's me done.
This better not be Minthara's messenger. If the boss finds out I gave him a hard time, that's me done. Well, we could simply say, now that we know this, I'm a messenger here to see Minthara. And that'll get us right in.
Oh, right. Beg pardon. Gotta give all the visitors the old squinty eye, you know. Go on in and have a drink for me, eh?
Hey, gosh, will this ruin everything if I ask for this? Let's see.
Who? If he ain't one of us, and if he's here, he's down in the pits.
Down in the pits, no less. Sounds ominous among creatures that love blood sports. Better step to it.
Better step to it. That noise coming from behind you, is that good or bad?
Depends who you are. We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up.
Okay, he's still friendly. Let's see, a raid on what?
Rip the guts out of Wacky's
no.
rest, we did. Inns are good for gutting. Lads even captured some Duke.
Ooh.
Worth celebrating, that is.
Huh. Well, we walked by Joaquin's rest, but we didn't go in. Let's leave. And we've all leveled up. Okay. Well, yeah, we all level up right outside of this camp, and it's probably, you know, not a bad idea to go ahead and spend a little time leveling up. So let's do that. But at the rate at which I level up, this might be a whole video of leveling up. Our health has increased. We get a class feature, which is a level 2 spell slot. Nice. We gained a cantrip, we gained a spell, and we have a new feat available. So let's choose our cantrips here. Okay, so we could get the Blade Ward cantrip. Take only half the damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks. This one lasts 2 turns. We could get True Strike. Gain advantage on your next attack roll. That lasts 2 turns. We could do Friends. Gain advantage on charisma checks against a non-hostile creature. The spell can be cast while you are silenced. Okay. And then we have Dancing Lights as part of the necklace we're wearing already. Light. We don't really need light because we can see in the dark. And Minor Illusion. This is kind of similar to what Shadowheart already has. She has some kind of deception thing. So of these, this one's pretty good, gaining advantage, but that's only for 1 attack roll. Friends, I mean, gain advantage on charisma checks against a non-hostile creature. I'm not sure how often that happens. So yeah, these 3 I'm not interested in. Blade Ward. This is kind of like something we could cast on ourselves if we find ourselves in trouble. So these are just kind of defensive. I like that this one lasts 10 turns. I just don't know when it would really be useful. Maybe, I don't know. True Strike or Blade Ward. Let's go with True Strike. Okay. And then we have some spells we need to choose, or a spell to choose. And boy, there are a lot of spells here. We could, yeah, let me spend some time looking at these and then I'll let you know with what I come up with. All right, so there's quite a few interesting ones here. I didn't go online to like search for the best one or anything. I just kind of like hovered my mouse over each one. And this Crown of Madness sounds interesting. Instill madness in a humanoid enemy, making them attack the creature closest to them other than you, even if it's allied. That sounds like fun. Let's get that. So we're going to go with that, and now we need to choose a feat. Wow. Okay, so these locked out ones we can't choose. So holy moly, there's a lot of these. So now I'm going to take a little bit of time and look through each one of these, and I'll let you know which one I come up with. So I looked through these, and I thought I would try to pick one that maybe fits with my character's race, class, or the backstory that I created. And 2 of them kind of jumped out at me. One of them here is Lucky. You gain 3 luck points, which you can use to gain advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, or to make an enemy re-roll their attack rolls. So that sounds pretty good. I could see my guy, he's lucky. You know, I mean, how else has he managed to live on the streets all this time, you know? You got to have quite a bit of luck. He's a little guy. He's just a lucky dude. And then, of course, Performer, because if you didn't see the first episode or haven't heard me talk about it, I've decided that my character has a past of like a street busker. You know, that's how he makes his living. He goes from town to town, standing on the corner, performing for people, playing his lute, and that's how he makes his coin to make his living. So Performer feat, it says you gain musical instrument proficiency and your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what does this really do here. Musical instrument proficiency. You know how to play a variety of musical instruments and are able to entertain a crowd with them. It's not something I've really tried to do, is entertain a crowd. I mean, it sounds somewhat intriguing, but it also sounds somewhat limited. And it also sounds like something that I would forget that I have. So even though this one does fit with my character, I think I'm just going to go with Lucky, because I like the idea of gaining these points. Lucky, you gain 3 luck points, which you could use to gain advantage on attack rolls. I already read that. Class features Lucky, class features Lucky. Okay, I don't know why there's 2 of those, but anyway, that's what we got. So that's what I'm going to do with our good old level 4 bard here. And we'll hit accept. And we have now leveled up Fox. So he's got 27 hit points. Next up,
I'm ready.
Shadowheart. She's ready. I'm going to level her up and get some more hit points for her. Health has increased to 31. She gets another level. Oh, she gets a level 2 spell slot. She gains a cantrip and a feat. So let's take a look at the cantrips she has available. Not very many of them. Thaumaturgy, which she or somebody on the team already has. Light, again, I don't know. Blade Ward and Produce Flame. A flame in your hand sheds a light in a 9-meter radius and deals 1 to 8 fire damage when thrown. Throwing the flame immediately after you conjure it does not cost an action. Weird. Extinguishing or throwing it on subsequent turns costs an action. Huh. I mean, there's a part of me that's wishing my team had a little bit more offensive might, but then there's also a part of me that wishes we had a little bit more support. But yeah, I don't need light. This one only lasts 2 turns. This is intriguing. I'm going to go with Produce Flame. And then for her feat, now we know that she like follows this Shar person. But other than that, I don't really know a whole lot about her. So I'll have to look through here and see if any of these jump out at me as a good fit with her. So give me a moment and I'll do that. Okay, so I took a look here. I considered doing Magic Initiate Cleric. She's already a Cleric, but she would get 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell from the Cleric spell list. So that might be kind of cool. And it also says your spellcasting ability for all 3 spells is Wisdom. Well, that's pretty good because our Wisdom is at 17. And I just realized this. So I mentioned before that the last time, well, the only time I played Dungeons & Dragons was with the 2nd edition rules. And the 2nd edition rules, the highest value you could have for ability is 18. It was, I believe, a 3d6 that you rolled to get your ability score. So 18 was the highest. So when I looked at this and I glanced at it, I was like, wow, she's almost at maximum. But she's actually not, because the maximum here is 20. 17 is still really good, though. So, I mean, that one's interesting. But then there's also this thing down here called Ritual Caster. You learn 2 ritual spells of your choice. And it says here, ritual spells don't cost a spell slot when cast outside of combat. So I don't know what the ritual spells look like, but maybe we could have 2 spells that, you know, last all day until long rests to help protect the party. I don't know. Her background as a worshiper of Shar makes me think that she does rituals. So I'm going to try this here. Let's see. Change spell. Okay. Oh, these are our choices? Choose the spells. Choose the spells you know from the list below. Spells require spell slots to cast unless feature says otherwise. Oh, so these are spells that we already know. We could speak with the dead. Find familiar. Summon a familiar, a face spirit that takes an animal form of your choosing. Long Strider is pretty cool. Enhance leap. Triple a creature's jumping distance. And speak with animals. So we get to choose 2 of these. I mean, we could already speak with the dead. Find familiar. I'm not really sure what I would do with the familiar. But it's kind of interesting. Always prepared. And then I could see this coming in handy. Basically, I'm not seeing anything here that's going to help me in battle, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. Something that would help me during these ridiculously long battles we do. But maybe if I could put enhanced leap on somebody, can they jump higher? Maybe they could jump up on top of something. Let's try this. Let's do some things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm going to go ahead and do this familiar thing and this enhanced leap thing. Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. Try things that are outside of my comfort zone, and maybe we'll all learn something together. Or maybe you already know it, and I'm the one who's going to be learning it. Now it's Karlak's turn. Karlak, 32 to 41, gained a passive, change bestial hearts, and a new feat. What's this? Oh, okay, so we could change this if we want to, but I'm going to stick with Bear Heart. I'm fine with that. So now she gets a feat. Now she is like my muscle. So, I mean, there's tough here. Your hit point maximum increases by 2 for every level you have gained. I mean, I kind of need a tank. So, I mean, it might be nice. You know, that would give her 8 more hit points as she's a level 4 barbarian. Weapon Master. You gain proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 for a maximum of 20. So we could increase her strength with that. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we could choose with her. Savage Attacker. When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage dice twice and use the highest result. That's kind of interesting. Kind of like the sound of that. Yeah, there's a bunch of these things that I feel would fit with her. Heavily armored. You gain armor proficiency with heavy armor, and your strength increases by 1. Huh. Oh my goodness, there's so many choices. Let's do Savage Attacker. She's pretty savage. We'll stick with that. I think that fits with her theme. Okay, and then finally Gale gets to level up here.
Direct me.
Health is still only 26, seems pretty low. He gains a level 2 spell slot. He gains a cantrip, 2 spells, and a feat. So we have some things to choose here. So now we get to select a cantrip for him. Some of these we've already seen. We haven't seen Acid Splash, Bone Chill. So he is a wizard. So he's not really going to have anything that, like, helps the team, you know? He's going to be offensive here. Acid Splash. It's only 1 to 6 damage. 1 to 8 Bone Chill. 1 to 12 Poison Spray. Kind of like that Shocking Grasp. Don't we already have something like that? Let's try Poison Spray. Oh, wait a minute. It says 2 spells. Oh, that was a cantrip. Okay, now we get to choose some spells. All right, give me a moment to look through these, and then I'll let you know what I decide. Well, there is some really, really interesting stuff here. I'm going to select a level 2 spell and a level 1 spell. For the level 2 spell, I'm going to go with this Enlarge Reduce. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but it sounds interesting. Make a creature larger or smaller to affect their weapon damage and strength checks and saving throws. So could I, like, cast this on Karlak and make her giant and make her even more dangerous? I don't know. Let's try that. And then as far as level 1, this shield here, when you are about to be hit by an enemy, increase your armor class by 5. You take no damage from magic missile. But it says we could also use it as a reaction. So maybe I'll get that and put that as my reaction, maybe? I don't know. And then as far as our feat goes, I mean, we could do... It's weird to me that over here it says he's a wizard, but I thought that he was a warlock. So I'm not sure how warlock fits into things, but if we did warlock, you'd learn 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell from the warlock spell list. You can cast the level 1 spell once per long rest. And then it uses charisma. That's not good. Our charisma is not that great. Wizard, it would be intelligence, which is pretty high. So I could do wizard here and just give him even more spells. What I need are more spell slots, I feel like. I only have a limited number of spell slots, because if you go into prepare spells, you could see We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prepared spells, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spells known. So, and I mean, yeah, okay, 15 spells. So, what? Yeah, I wish I could get more spell slots. That's what I'd really like to have. But I don't think that there's anything like that. Yeah, I don't think that there is. That would be a really cool thing to get. So, I don't know. What difference does it make if I know a whole bunch of spells if I don't have any slots for them? It does say you can cast a level 1 spell once per long rest, but does that mean I have to have that spell prepared? Probably. So I'm not sure what good that does me. Yeah, man. I am not sure which one to pick. And if I choose Wizard, I'm going to have to choose 3 more spells. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to pick. Wizard, and then now we have 3 more spells to choose, or 2 more cantrips and 1 more spell. And the cantrips over here, we could do, let's do Bone Chill and True Strike. Gain a dex on your next roll, sure. And then the spell, change spells. This is, we would be able to cast 1 spell, 1 level 1 spell. Is there anything that... Okay, Expeditious Retreat. That would allow us to run away if we were in trouble. This gives us some temporary hit points. I mean, that's not bad. Let's get the temporary hit points. Okay. No idea whether there was good moves or not, but I made them. Lot of stuff. I mean, so much stuff. Good grief. I mean, there was so much stuff we just did there. And, you know, some of the stuff that we just did lasts, I guess, create water and speak with the dead are always prepared. I mean, there's even more spells here. All these wizard spells. False Life is always prepared. Where's my... Do I cast this on myself? Okay, so we just now got 7 more hit points that we just walk around with.
I have a lot on my mind.
Yeah, man.
And, well, in it.
There is some crazy stuff going on around here. Long Strider, which I already have cast on myself. Shadowheart with her cleric stuff. Produce flame until long rest. So if I did this, throwing the flame immediately after your conjure it does not cost an action. I mean, do I just do this? Produce flame. Okay, so now she's just always walking around with a flame in her hand. I'm not sure if that was smart or not.
Soldier.
Whew. This is getting very complicated.
Let's get going.
Let's move forward. I know that was a lot of stuff right there, but it was important stuff, man.
Moving ahead.
We gotta do it. It's part of the game. What if we talk to these other people?
Go on then.
Okay. Puce just says go on then. Well, we're in the camp. And we have some updates here. Rescued the druid Halsin. We learned that the goblins imprisoned the survivors deep within their camp. Halsin could be held captive there if he survived. And then this is part of the same things. Save the first druid. Search for Halsin within the goblin camp. We learned that the goblins imprisoned the survivors deep within their camp. Halsin could be held captive there if he survived. So it's basically the same thing. And if we look at the map, well, it's not gonna... Oh, the camp is still way up here. Huh. And really, this camp is that frickin' big? Sheesh. These people don't look important. So let's go deeper into the camp here. Man, I feel like we're walking into a trap. In fact, I should do an F5 since I just did all that leveling up business, right? Uh-oh.
Hear my voice. Obey my command. The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes. These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the prism, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
Ooh.
Pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away. My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws.
Cool.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
Nice one, Shadowheart. That thing in your pocket seems powerful as hell.
What in the world just happened? Now she's just as surprised as we are. I mean, surely she's surprised just like we are that voice talked to us like that, but she can't be surprised that she used the artifact. Let's see, you've got some explaining to do first. What is that thing you have? The vision, that voice, what was it? That power, is that what happens to others when we use the parasite on them? Or seems that trinket's important, keep it close. What the heck is that thing?
I don't know. Not exactly. All I know is it's important I get it back to Baldur's Gate. At any cost.
Really? What's in Baldur's Gate? If you don't know what it is, how do you have it or leave? Yeah, how do you have this thing if you don't know what it is?
Because it was our mission to retrieve it. Me and the others. I'm the only one who made it.
And what exactly did retrieving the artifact entail? Or you must know something about that, what that thing is. I mean, you must know something about it.
There's nothing more I can tell you. All I remember is that I have to get back to my contact in the city.
A powerful artifact indeed, to have caught the attention of so many. Not least the Absolute itself. The 3 figures in the vision, the Chosen, are searching for it. With the cultists' aid, it will not be long before they find it. Before they find you. You have evaded them so far, thanks, it seems, to the artifact itself. But how long can such protection last? Shadowheart has made her position clear. She will see that it is taken to its destination. At any cost. And you still do not know what it even is.
No, you keep that thing safe. It seems we'll need it.
Trust me. I'll guard it with my life. Let's keep going.
Is it smart that we're bringing it right into the heart of the Absolute's lair? That doesn't seem very smart. Discover the artifact's secrets. Find out more about the artifact. Shadowheart carries a strange artifact. It seemed to protect us from a horrible voice. She stubbornly avoids the subject. We should find out more about it. And out here, we have an opportunity to talk to her. So let's have a little chat with Shadowheart.
Something the matter? Wait. It hurts.
Yeah, this thing on her hand. What the hells was that? Or was that as painful as it looked? Yeah, was that as painful as it looked?
Worse. But it passes quickly, usually. The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Huh. Interesting. So Shar did that to her? Why would Shar subject you to such a thing? What causes it to hurt you? How can you manage living with such a thing? Is there anything I can do to help with it or turn to other matters? This sounds kind of accusatory. What? Yeah, I mean, what causes a flare-up? What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
So she's got, like a sore on her hand that doesn't heal. Public service announcement: if you have a sore on your skin that doesn't heal, go see a dermatologist. Could be cancer. Let's see. So we could ask again, why would Shar subject you to such a thing? How can you manage living with such a thing? Is there anything that I can do to help you with that? It looks horribly painful.
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Okay. Well, let's ask the question. Why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Okay, back to other matters. Let's see here. The artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Do you still have it? Well, she put it in her pack. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the artifact.
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
Okay. And yet you don't know what it is. That doesn't add up. Say it costs you your life, what then? Or it's no coincidence that you have the artifact, is it? Remind me how you came by it. She didn't tell us. We've already tried to press her on this. We already tried to press her on this. We haven't asked her this. What if it does cost your life? What happens then?
Then so be it. I did my duty. As for the artifact, it's powerful, and has a mind of its own sometimes. You'd better hope you're up to bearing it. Don't forget what it was like when you heard the voice. It'll only get worse if you don't have the artifact to protect you.
Let's see here. How can you be so sure of yourself you don't even know what it is you're protecting? Oh, well, I have to ask one of these. It's forcing me to ask one of these. I mean, this can't be a coincidence that you have this thing. How did you get it?
I was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate, no matter the cost. Though it turned out the cost was very steep. I was the only one of the group to survive. I took the artifact and fled, only to be ensnared by Mind Flayers before I could finish the mission. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wow. How can you go to all this trouble and not understand why? Blind duty, spoken like a true pawn. They tend to get sacrificed first, you know. Or admirable conviction, though I think I'd prefer to know what I was getting myself into. What I found interesting is that she got it from a Githyanki crash. Man, it's a good thing that Lizella's in here to hear that. But yeah, that's admirable, but I think I'd rather know what I was getting myself into.
That's not a luxury open to many people, us included. I have my faith to turn to instead. You should find something of your own.
Okay. Well, I mean, seriously, though, how can you go to all this trouble and not understand why?
Because it's safer that way. We had our memories suppressed before the mission. That way, none of us could betray the Dark Lady if we were captured. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Okay, let's drop it. Goodness gracious. Let's move on. Wow, that is a lot of stuff to be carrying around. Let's move forward here. Well, here's our luck. Look at this. Luck points. You have inexplicable luck that seems to kick in at just the right moment. You can use your luck points to gain advantage or force an enemy to redo their roll. Interesting. Okay. Alright, what's going on here?
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
Huh. Wow, there's a lot of people. Just look over here. Oh, good grief.
Dare recoil if you must. A new age is dawning with goblins at trust. Mountains, great mortals, all ginders to quake. The true souls are coming, their lounders awake. Here follow, I cry far and wide for great glory.
Oh.
Excellence, best make as a blade in the quarry. Be you beguiling, or be you beheaded? Goblin kind will tease you and frowk you when redded.
This is Brenna.
His voice
Oh,
absolute.
there's still more to this.
His troops will
What's Volo?
draw you the truth.
He made it here.
If you dare recoil,
What's this circle here?
a new age is dawning with
Okay, so he's
goblins at
so
trust.
Volo. We met Volo in back at the Sacred Pool in the Emerald Grove, and he said he was going to go here because he wanted to run into. He wants to find Halsin. But we have some new updates here with this Daughter of Darkness. Let's see here. We spoke to Shadowheart about the pain that her mysterious wound inflicted on her. She believes it may be a part of her training, punishing her whenever she strays from Shar's teachings. We promised to help Shadowheart find a way to alleviate her pain if we could. She appreciated this considerably. And Shadowheart told us that she had allowed her memory to be suppressed so she can serve Shar without compromising her. And then right here, we've got Andric. Remember, Andric was with Edwin, and I don't know where Bryn just went. There's Bryn. These are the two that we met before.
The true souls are coming, their lounders
But what is this circle on this map right here? I guess maybe this is where we're supposed to be searching for something, perhaps?
make as a blade.
Should we go over and talk to Andric? He thinks that, well, he knows we're a true soul, so we should be welcomed.
Oh, bottoms up, hey. These little lads snagged some pretty decent drink.
Okay, that's it, huh? You're not gonna, like, worship me or anything?
It's good to be among allies, isn't it? The Absolute's blessings have brought so many together.
Uh-huh, yeah. Ooh. My rat sings better than him. Okay, so we're gonna see how far we can explore in this place. Try to get inside of it. Oh, man.
Find Halsin before it's too late.
Oh, yeah.
I doubt these goblins care much for their prisoners' welfare.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Yeah, we're going to try to find Halsin. Oh, can we get past this guy? Can we talk to him? Hey, guard. What's up?
No go inside. Inside. Boring.
Okay, so he's not going to let us go in. So we're going to have to find another way around. Let's see if this takes us anywhere.
Statue of Selene. This room must have been dedicated to her. I know
Okay.
it's a nest for some filthy goblins. A fitting end.
Okay. We could climb up here, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere else we could go. Here's Baldur. So I'm just... Oh, here's another sigil. So we found a waypoint.
More heretical symbols, of course.
Okay, so over here we've got Crusher. Oh, there's a body here, a dead adventurer. These just look like nobody important to me. We got some stairs that go up and then go nowhere. So I'm going to say that this is not a helpful way to go. Let's try to go over this way, see if we can get anywhere. We got to figure out how to get into this place. Ooh, okay. We're going to climb these knotted roots. Here we go. This is our way in. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to us up here. If we get caught. But I don't see anybody up here yet. Whoops. Oh. Okay, we've got Booyah Kulk and Tracker Dullwill sleeping over here. Let's get into sneaky sneak mode so we don't wake them up. Oh man, this is a perfectly good dragon egg mushroom right there. There. Just use my really long arms and grab it. Some autumn crocus over here. It's very important that I go over and pick this up.
Looks like the booze got the better of them. They're practically unconscious.
Okay, this is good news for us. Oh, what? Huh? Perception failed, perception failed, perception failed.
A good punch would probably finish it.
Well, at least somebody passed their check. Jeez, team. I mean, come on. Fox failed a perception check. Gale failed a perception check. Shadowheart failed a perception check. Karlach succeeded the perception check. Good job, Karlach. Feel a little bad that you would be my last guess as one who would succeed. So we got these people sleeping over here. There's a path that goes up here. Oh, neat. Okay, so it looks like there's another way in from over there. Maybe we could have snuck in from there. Now, what I'm concerned about is that it says a good punch could crack this wall. Well, it's got 22 health. And I'm worried about how much noise this is going to make. It's going to wake everybody up, I would think. Right? It's going to be very noisy. Oh, didn't I pick up this autumn crocus? I really want it. There we go. Okay. We'll steal autumn crocus from these scummy goblins. Well, I am going to end this episode here while I sit outside of this wall. Next episode, what the heck, man? We'll go ahead and try to break down the wall and see how it goes. Look at all the different effects I've got. I'm in a clear area. I'm hiding. I'm shielded. Ooh, shielded from the voice of the Absolute. Cool. We got Shield of Faith on us. We can speak with animals. We have Long Strider, and we have Detect Thoughts. Look at all these things. Good thing I have a wide monitor. That's awesome. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Even though it was mostly leveling up, I hope that it was still interesting seeing the choices I made. Feel free to comment on them. Let me know what you did in your playthrough or any suggestions you have for further leveling up. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I hope you join me again in the next one.